Hello, all signs of the Zodiac, under the universe, throughout the sky, within the stars and the constellations. Thank you for joining me here at Bay of Fundy Fortunes. And I am Natalie, and I am an empath and an intuitive card reader. I'd like to say thank you for all the likes and the comments. And if you like this video, if you would like to, you can share with Twitter and Google, Facebook, and all your friends. And you can visit me at my website as well, which is www.bayoffundyfortunes.blogspot.ca, or you can ship me off an email if you so wish, if you'd like a private reading, because I do those as well. The private readings I try to get out within a 24-hour period. And let's see, what was the... Oh, yes, I'm trying something a little bit different. If you have a private reading with me, and if you send 10 more recommendations and they have a private reading with me, when they are all completed, I will give you, the referee, a free monthly reading. Okay, so we just wanted to get that out there. Alright, so I have already cleansed my cards with my cleansing stones, rocks in the Bay of Fundy. And this one here is right from my backyard that washed up on the beach in the Bay of Fundy. Good rock. This one here was given to me by a client who had a private reading. He came back the next day and felt nudged to give it to me. And this is an energy rock. And these are what I cleanse my stones, my cards with, to release any old, stale energy out of the cards and to wipe them clean and leave a good energy behind. So I've already gone ahead and done my 3-card spread for tomorrow for all signs of the Zodiac for May the 30th. Okay, so this is your daily reading for May the 30th. The first card I pulled was a good one. I like this card. I have a fly in here somewhere, somehow. Okay, so I'm bad at holding the cards up to the camera. I'm sorry about that. I just like you to try to see the card. They're very pretty. This is the Oceanic Tarot deck by Jane Wallace, and it is fitting for my site, Bay of Fundy Fortunes. They're the highest tides in Europe here, all part of the body of the Atlantic Ocean in Canada. Okay, so the first card, aces, right off the top. Aces off the top, right across the board, always mean change. They always bring change. They're usually one thing ends, something else begins. New beginnings, always new beginnings. So, in the Pentacles, we'll just touch on that. Pentacles always represent work and money, your physical body, craftsmanship, material possession, security. It's an earth element. Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus usually represented by the Pentacles as well. This card usually represents, almost always, money will slide in here somewhere with the definition and the prediction of the card. This card, because of the new beginning, it's representative of prosperity. Hence the meaning of the card, the representation of the card is of prosperity. Yeah, okay. Let me just get that. There we go. Prosperity. Okay. And where it represents prosperity and new beginnings, well, doesn't that sound just juicy? I think it does. I think it sounds very exciting. Prosperity, represented by the Pentacles. And in the beginning, well, what could that be? Oh, maybe a lottery winning. Who knows, right? Don't look at me. I just read the cards. I go by intuitiveness. Are some of you going to win the lottery tomorrow? Well, probably. it wouldn't be surprising at all, because of the numbers of people and the masses of millions and millions, even in Canada alone. I think we're up to close to like 40 million. I forget the last count. But out of how many of those will win a lottery? Um, let's face it, when we become prosperous, when it comes to money, it's usually something we've had a hand in. And for some of you tomorrow, that's probably going to be the thing. Just to say that, see right off the top, the Pentacles is usually so associated with work, money, and the craftsmanship, material possessions, and security. Okay, so for some of you tomorrow, this is what is represented of the card. It is showing you that these things are very possible for you. Okay, not every sign of the zodiac, just some of you. For some, excuse me, for some, money is coming to you. It could be received as a reward, a gift, or even an opportunity laid at your feet to generate more income for you. This could come along as well. That means you're going to have to pay attention to what's going on around you tomorrow, to be looking for opportunities, okay, to generate more income, which shows that not for all of you, but some of you, it would translate into working, keeping the faith that the next job is going to be the next job, or something along these lines that's going to give you a kickstart to bump up that bank account, add another zero to the end of it. That's very, very possible for some of you. Some of you, also an ace can also show stability, maybe moving to a new home. I got that for some of the signs from the previous reading, that some of you would be moving today. So if you're just getting settled in tonight and you're calling it a night, congratulations on the home. I hope your move was a good one. By the look of this card, that's exactly what it was. A very good move. Moving on up, as the song says. Okay? You will find yourself in a happy place. You're investing in this property. And happy, stable times are about to follow. That's a wonderful thing. The advice from this card is to maximize your goals and make money work for you. That usually reflects to investments, to make the money work for you. If you have to make any financial decisions tomorrow, which is Monday, May the 30th, I would state very clearly, some of you will have a financial decision to make. This is coming up on you. What a great way to start the week. Maybe not, but this card is really good. So for a small amount of you, maybe not so good. For the majority of you, any money decisions for tomorrow, good right across the board. This is to the betterment of your bank account, the betterment of your life, betterment in the bigger picture, the ease of life and living. Okay? So this isn't something that you weren't excuse me, working for. This is something that you've been honing in on. This is no surprise, really, other than if it comes in the form of a gift. That may be a surprise. And the keywords for the card are new beginnings and finances, a new job, success, property, investment, security, and creativity. Usually, those are the most creative. The money will flow and it will come to you. Okay, so that is the very first card for all signs of the zodiac. Prosperity on a Monday. Could it be that we have a good Monday? I normally don't like Mondays. Anybody knows me knows I'm not a real fan of Mondays. It's got nothing with having to do with getting up early and going. That is not it at all. It's just that if things are going to happen and chaos is going to hit, and sometimes there's this thing called good chaos. Sometimes there's organized chaos. But if there's any element of surprise, it'll hit you on a Monday. Someone will call, the phone will ring, and I have days, I will not answer that phone, leave a message. That's the way I am because I'm delicate on Mondays. I'm not ready for that, whatever that is. Even if it's good news, I need to wake up. It's like I've come off a long sleep, and Mondays are my wake up day. Okay, so, all right, that was prosperity, and that was the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so the next card, very, very interesting. Well, looky here. We've got the moon. And what a beautiful card that is. Look at that. All the animals are watching the moon. Okay. So, the moon represents illusion. What an interesting thing. Illusion. Which kind of implies that maybe we're not seeing things as they really are. Maybe our hopes get in the way of something better. We'd rather look at an illusion than maybe the reality of the situation. The moon watches what you see and what it is that you're looking at and paying attention to. Past illusions may pop up on you. Love may seem perfect under the light of the moon. What about in the stark, bare, harsh light of day? That's a question to be asked. You can be walking along holding hands under the moonlit sky. Waves sliding into shore and breaking on the beach. The ripples. The air is warm. There's a scent of dogwood in the air. Oh yeah, we can see it all. But what about when the sun comes up the next day? What about at 2 o'clock in the afternoon on a Monday? How's about that for a little cup of reality? Because even we may not look so hot under that bright, brazen daylight sun. It can be harsh. Reality can be harsh. And I guess what you have to do is when reality hits you and it comes crumbling down, we have to use our intuition. Intuition will never steer you wrong. Intuition will always serve you properly. Another meaning is we all have skeletons in our closet. Well, not skeletons in the closet, but we have old fears. And it's like part of our brain and part of our intuition is saying, here we go again. Do I want to do this again with somebody else? Do I really want to go there? Some of you are going to be tossing that up in the air. You're going to be examining it. Some of you want to stay in that moonlit night because it was so perfect. So perfect. Can you do that for the next 30 years with the same person? Will both of you still want to walk that beach under the moon, listening to the waves as they crash upon the shore, upon the beach, against the rocks? Will you still be holding hands 30 years from now? Will you still want to? These are really heavy, frightening questions. And you have to go inside of yourself and examine everything intuitively. Because your intuition, for a lot of you, a lot of the signs, if you really tap into it, when memories resurface, or at first intuition, if they're not, if it's caused something from a broken heart, mistakes made, wrong choices made, we can tend to do this. As soon as the memory comes back and we go, I don't want to hear this, I don't want to see it, I don't want to know about it, I don't want to remember, I don't want to remember, I don't want to deal with these memories. But the thing with memories is that You know what memories do, right? You guys are intelligent enough to know. I shouldn't have to spell that. I don't think I'm going to spell that out for you. Um, the intuitions are a safety. They're our life vest. When you have some of us have stronger intuitions, and I'm about to shoot that clock. That's my husband's. He carries that with him everywhere we've ever lived. I usually remember to turn it off. It's a real bona fide pendulum clock. Okay. Thank heavens it wasn't 12 bells. All right. Um, we have to deal with these things whether we want to or not. And if you're looking at a long-term relationship, you know what? It's not even just about love. It could be about business. Anything like that, it could be about business. Why not? When you get into business with somebody, it's a partnership. And maybe you've been burnt in the past before. I don't know. Um, it's something we have to stop and think about. This is poignant for tomorrow, all signs of the Zodiac. This is very important for tomorrow, Monday, May the 30th. Um, things that are going to come up that you have to deal with. Some of you already know this is coming. Some of you won't know it's coming. Some of you will be prepared. Um, let's see what the advice of the card. The advice of this card says take time to work out the best way forward. That's always our goals in human nature. We want to move forward. We certainly don't. We can dream about yesteryear. We can dream about walking on a moonlit beach. We can look at old partnerships and business dealings, and some of those memories are going to be good, and they will come in handy and useful. Some of them not so good, and they will come in handy and useful. Either way, we have to check ourselves. We can't keep putting this block up every time we get a memory and say, well, I don't want to think about that. I don't want to know about that because it's unpleasant, because it's frightening. But these are lessons learned, all right? These are lessons well learned. And that is part of the advice that this card puts before you. In the end of that, your intuition holds the answers. Pay attention through feelings, dreams. Let logic come in to a point, but life experience is the best teacher. Okay? Keywords for this card are the unconscious, where you could actually dream up. You go to bed and it's not even what you're thinking. Well, tonight you wouldn't. I mean, you're not thinking about tomorrow. It's a great deal coming through, or money coming forward, or somebody giving you a gift or a reward. You're going to bed tonight and you're just thinking tomorrow's Monday. It's another day for those of you that have to go to work, and you get up and you go to work. And some of you never have to leave the house tomorrow. If something can come to you, that's very possible. Why not? If it's a relationship, that's going to take a little bit more time. Or for some of you, you can make that choice and say, I'm going to back up. Just backpedal. Let's start over. For others, you're going to want to charge ahead. And for the rest, as I said, there's going to be this internal struggle going on. You need to use your gut feelings and your intuition. And some of you, the blocks are coming up out of fear. It's just that simple. There's some fear going on there. So I think, yes, keywords: the unconscious, doubt, decisions, dilemma, sadness, the past, fear. Fear is the big strong word. You need to, when you face things that you're so afraid of, You say, I'm terrified of that. I can't do that. And then you push ahead and you do that. That's called bravery. That's called having courage and having guts. Okay, that's enough about this card. Okay, so we're going to get into the connect. Now we see this is going to run over. The next card and the last card, a representative, the key word here is abundance. And it is, look who it is, the Queen of the Ocean. And there she be. She represents abundance. Sorry about that. I got that wrong hand on the go again. There we go. Oh, come on. Show thyself. You're so beautiful. She's the mother of all the tarot signs. She is the queen, and she is the mother. And isn't she fantastic? Look at her. She's beautiful. Very mothering instincts. Um, but she also represents abundance. That's the big key thing with her. Um, she brings happiness. She brings abundance. She predicts contentment, loving relationships, romantic relationships, partnerships, family, and comfort. How wonderful is all that? That sounds pretty good to me. I'd take that in a heartbeat. Any of that, I would take in a heartbeat. Uh, she reassures you that your needs will be met. Another wonderful thing. Just absolutely, just stunning. Um, the money will flow again. That's good. Well, it sounds like some of you are going to make choices tomorrow, and you're going to make those tough decisions. So, some of you are going to bounce those blocks down that keep popping up. Um, your money will flow again. There'll be harmony, and harmony will rule at home and in your personal life. There'll be spiritual growth, stability, creativity, and fertility for some of you. Maybe pregnancy, and maybe fertility. Some of you may be trying to have a little bambino. Les enfants. Some of us want children. Some of us feel a clock ticking. Some of you feel that clock ticking. Maybe some of you tomorrow are going to a fertility clinic or have a doctor's appointment to investigate the possibilities, this new side in your life. The advice of this card is to take time to grow and evolve. Invest in your love, in your loving relationship, and in your home, in projects that have to do with home, in your spirituality. The keywords are growth, nurturing, home, love, fertility, comfort, and generosity. And she's a beautiful card, and she represents, that's two really, really, really great cards that you had here today. All three. This one is the wake-up call. All right? The moon is your reality. All right? The moon is your reality. The moon is what you count on. The moon is keeping it real, not making the same mistakes. The other two cards were wonderful. With the Ace of Pentacles and the Queen of the Ocean. Two very powerful, beautiful women that Earth and life cannot survive without. We need these women, these entities. They're wonderful, wonderful cards to get, especially on a Monday. Good Lord. I wish. I don't know if I've ever had a Monday go that well. Um, with the love and the nurturing and the contentment and the comfort in the home and money coming in and money growing from money and making everything work. And one of my favorite words, I've not been saying it, it's all good. It's tickety boo, everything's falling into place. Everything is just wonderful. Now, if any of you have been following all the daily videos, you're going to hear this again, and I had a gut feeling. I do the numerology at the end right about now. I add up all the value of the cards, okay? And for the last 3 nights, not including tonight, the number's been 4. So again, we have the value of the cards. We have 10, we have 18, and 3. That's 31. Numerology, reduce it down to one number. 3 plus 1, what's it give you? Yeah, I'm getting a little bit sick of seeing number 4. Enough is enough. When I shuffle these cards up, they are cut, they are shuffled, they are mashed, they're shifted around, and I shuffle, and I shuffle, and I shuffle, and these are all different cards. I've not had the Ace of Pentacles all week. I've not had the Moon. I've not had the Queen of the Ocean. As a matter of fact, this is the first time these cards have shown up. But somehow, some way, I'm almost ready to stop doing the numerology. If karma in the universe is trying to tell us all something, all 12 signs of the Zodiac for tomorrow, again, this will be 3 days in a row, and I'll let you know what the meaning. The meaning of the 4 is the basis of all solid objects, 4 points used in construction. In the simplest solid, and thus 4 is the number symbolizing the way of construction. 4 is build. Okay, they add their skills, they build. Metaphorically and literally, they build. Okay, 4 in some religions and some beliefs throughout the world, number 4 is the number of the planet Earth. She represents the 4 elements: air, earth, wind, and fire. Character traits for the 4. We've been through this 4 nights in a row. 4s are seen as sensible, calm, practical. They're good at saving and managing money. They're seen as honest, they're courageous, ethical, and they're good people to deal with. Overall, they're reliable, responsible, extremely dependable. They're almost anal to a fault. Everything they do has to be at 110%. Of course, with everything else, there's the balance of life, and I talk about that with every video. And here we go with the balance. For every good thing, there's something a little off color with the opposite side of that, not to the extreme. The 4s may tend to be maybe too conservative, and sometimes because they are perfectionists, everything can suddenly slow down when they hit something, whatever it is they're working on, whatever it is they're trying to do, and they become very plodding and slow. It can drive everybody else around them absolutely stark raving mad because they insist on doing it their way, and they insist on taking their time, and it's one of these measured twice, cut once, but they're real slow to measure. If they would just cut the damn thing, whatever that is, everybody'd be happy and continue. Sometimes they hold other people up because of this tenacity to have perfection in what they do. Sometimes they become suspicious of strangers. Oh, we all do that. And innovation. No, we don't all do that. They can be very quick-tempered if you try to push something new on them that they don't feel comfortable with. They can be a pain in the royal butt. It's just that simple. You're going to deal with somebody like that tomorrow, right across the board for almost every single one of you. I am not going to take a fit of giggles over it this time. I've been doing that the last 2 nights. Okay, Natalie, calm. Swallow back the giggles. Number 4 strikes me as funny because he raises the level of frustration of the people around him to the point where they just want to take him and choke him, throttle him, because he won't listen. He does it his way. He's got that nerdish attitude, very anal about certain things, and that's the way it is. You know, a Sheldon Cooper. Any of you familiar with The Big Bang Theory? It's my favorite television show. Outside of that, I don't watch much TV. Um, we can laugh along with Sheldon, at Sheldon, how he drives his gang of friends around him absolutely insane at times, where they're at each other. He can do that, and then he walks in the room and says, I don't know what everybody's so upset about, and leaves again. Um, he's very particular, takes a lot of things literally, and things have to be dumbed down for him. It's That's ironic because he's super intelligent, but when it comes to the social side of life and living, the everyday people and the everyday things, he needs to be everything needs to be dumbed down so he gets it. Um, Not that being a nerd and being anal is really bad, but I know a real Sheldon. If you're watching this, you know who you are. And there are times I want to throttle him too, because he just doesn't get it. Even if it's dumbed down for him, he doesn't get it. Anyways, I'm not going to rattle on any longer, because right now we are running at a full 30 minutes and 24 seconds. Oh my goodness, it's way too long for a daily. All right, I've almost spent half the day getting the daily together for all signs of the zodiac under the stars, within the stars, part of the stars. You are the stars. And this is for tomorrow, May 30th, Monday. We're coming up to the end of the month. I wish you well. Please ship me off an email. Subscribe. It's free. You'd really make my day. Feel free to leave me some feedback and comments. Don't be rude and nasty. Feed me back some comments. I like to talk to you guys. I'd be happy to. All right? So I wish you a good night. A very late good night for me. I wish you a good Monday tomorrow. I truly do, from the bottom of my heart. I only wish the best for all signs of the zodiac. Without further ado, I'm saying good night from Chance Harbor, New Brunswick, and from Bay of Fundy Fortunes. Good night.